Given log base b of m equals x and log base b of n equals y, find each in terms of x and or y. So let's take a look. What this is telling us is we transform this exponential, or this log, into an exponential. It's b to the x equals m, and b to the y equals n. So now let's take a look at this. I've already have it set up as equals a. Really, it should have been just log base n of b. You would set it equal to a so you can transform this to n to the a equals b. Now what do you notice about this? We're trying to solve for what a is, and we have a b here, and we have n. And what do we know about n? N is b to the y, so we could substitute b to the y into the n spot. So b to the y to the a equals b, or b to the ya equals b to the 1. So ya equals 1, or in other words, a equals 1 over y. Now that you've seen it, try the next two by yourself, and then check in with the video. This would be n to the a, again, I already have it set up there, equals square root of b, or b to the 1/2. So n again is b to the y. b to the y, a equals b to the 1/2. Let's get rid of that parenthesis. So ya equals 1/2. Multiply both sides by 1 over y, and we get 1 over 2y. Now that was almost identical to the first one. This next one's a little bit different. So again, if you haven't tried it, stop it and try to do it yourself. M over n to the a equals b. Now what do you notice on this one? We have m and n, and we have m and n. So let's just substitute in, because we want to get the same base on both sides. Remember, we want one base on each side. So b to the x is m, and b to the y is n. Now we need to simplify this to get as one base. This is b to the x minus y to the a. Or we can just go ahead and multiply that through. And we get 1, well, just in case that was confusing. We'd have b to the x minus y a equals b to the 1. So now we have two exponentials with the same base. We can set the exponents equal. We get 1 over x minus y. And the last one, on this one, there are so many different ways you can approach it. But one way is to use the change of base. We could say that this is log of 6 divided by the log of 2 plus 1 over the log of 6 divided by the log of 3. Now I want to take a quick moment to check, how do you divide by a fraction? If I have 1 over the fraction ab, this is the same as 1 times the reciprocal of what we're dividing by. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, and we would get b over a. Similarly, when we apply that to here, we're going to be having log 2 divided by the log of 6 plus the log of 3 divided by the log of 6. Now we have a same base, so this is log of 2 plus log of 3 over log 6. Now you want to recognize that we're adding two logs, so that means we can write it as 2 times 6, which is the same thing as just log of 6. I want to emphasize that right now so I don't lose anybody. And then log of 6 over log of 6 is 1, and with that we're done. That's the last notes for this chapter.